Richard Krause.
Like a cab for King of Medina would cost me almost $20. Wow. Might as well park here. Oh, that's right.
Bridget, straight here, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Up top, please. Thank you. Jacqueline, over the shoulder, over the shoulder. Guys, to your right, please. To your right, right here, please. Thank you.
I like playing really.
Hey, hey.
Ladies up top, please.
Nice to see you.
Congratulations on the movie.
Thank you. Thank you.
I live here, so I got to see this a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did you?
And
I
loved
just
it.
saw it for the first time.
Tell me about it. Tell me about the first time in seeing this thing, because it's a weird movie. I'm not going to lie. It's a weird little movie
It is.
that on the page probably looked a little different than it does on the screen.
Well, it's interesting you say it, because I swear when I read it, I was like, wow, this movie this script is so good. It was so interesting, and some people on my team were like, oh, I like it, but I was like, no, I love this, and I really saw, I think, what Peter saw, and I love it. I think, and having seen it now, I'm just like, oh my God, it's so good. I'm so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, I really liked your character because he believed in Arthur.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the cool thing, right? I mean, you've got this guy who would normally be marginalized, and he just needed one person to kind of, you know.
I enjoyed playing the character because it's such a. My character is so, I don't know, he's so different. It's like you have this guy who's like, you can be such an asshole. Excuse my French, but he was such an asshole to this guy. But then at the same time, be like, it's okay, buddy, you know. So I enjoyed playing that. I enjoyed, Peter and I talking about it at the beginning. He's like, no, he's harder than that, you know. And I had a hard time going to those hard places to someone who was so challenged, so to speak. You know? So it made it really interesting.
What do you do for the rest of TIFF? Now your movie's played. You can kind of like, you can kind of do one of those now. Right?
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go tomorrow. I'm going to go watch football, NFL at Gretzky's, which I do whenever I'm here in town. And I'm going to go have Burrito Boys, and then I'm going to go to Barbarians tomorrow night.
Right
I got
on.
it all planned out.
Right on. Barbarians is on my street. I'll see you there.
Thank you.
You know, Richard Burton proposed to Elizabeth Taylor there.
No kidding.
Yeah. At Barbarians for the second. The second time through. Is it? Well, it's the second time through. They were married once, and then they got divorced or they split up, and then the second time he proposed to her was at Barbarians. Ask for that table, man. I'm for sure they know it. I know.
I can hold them both. No, how short I am. Get there.
Right up, right top. Come on, deep. There we go.
Hi, Richard.
How are you?
This is Richard from Metro News.
Yeah, we've met. Yeah, good, man. How are you doing?
Good, man.
Good to see you. When we spoke, I'm going to just tape you with this thing, tape your voice with this thing. When we spoke, was it yesterday?
It was yesterday,
It was yesterday, yeah.
You were my first interview, man.
Yeah. Well, since then, you've seen the movie. Tell me about your reaction to seeing the movie.
Man, I was blown away by it, man. I mean, it's so much heart, so much soul. It's just, I thought it was going to be worried about a little bit being a little campy.
Right, yeah.
But it's not. I mean, there's moments of levity, which are appropriate, but it really hits you. I mean, it really grabs your gut, and it's real. I got to absorb it because but I walked away feeling very proud.
Oh, good.
And it's very different.
Yeah.
And every actor gave them themselves as much as they could, and Peter put the movie together well. The music it all works.
Well, you were telling me that you were afraid that you might only pay attention to your own performance. Were you able to sort of look at the whole thing?
I'm going to sit at home and then just dissect the whole
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
But basically, as a story, I got behind it. I
All right.
got lost in the story.
Listen, I told you it was good, didn't I? I
did,
told you
man.
it was
It was
good
awesome.
yesterday.
You're awesome.
What do you do for the rest of the festival now?
I'm just gonna be hanging out and
Yeah.
having a good time, and I'm going to Chloe tomorrow.
Right on.
And we're doing a showing of The Adjuster on Wednesday night.
That's right. Yeah.
Are you gonna be there?
I'll totally come.
Okay, man.
I'd forgotten about that. I'll totally come.
Yeah, man, I'm looking forward. I haven't seen it in 19 years. I see myself at 28 years old with all this hair.
Is it weird? Is it weird to look back at that stuff? Or
It's gotta be, man, for anybody.
I mean, I know sometimes I see myself from TV, like from shows that I did 5 or 6 years ago, and I look different or a little whatever. But it's kind of like having a time capsule of your life,
It
which is
man.
pretty cool.
Yeah,
You know?
and a lot of times you remember what you were doing in your life.
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you were seeing, what you were going through. So yeah, definitely it's a time capsule.
Right on.
God bless, man.
Enjoy
It's good
the
to see
party.
you again,
Yeah,
man.
it's good to see you. Yeah, I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, man.
Straight ahead, please. Straight ahead. There, to your left. Over here. One more to your left.
But the screening, not a disaster, I hear.
No,
Things
it went well,
yeah,
didn't it?
Yeah. And
Thank God.
is there a sigh of relief now? Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
you know, I hadn't seen it with an audience,
Yeah.
and it made all the difference, and they seemed to really like it. So.
Well, did you find that they laughed in different places than you thought they would, and that they responded to different stuff?
Yeah, they did. It's a completely different. It's a whole different experience.
Well, I think what happens is you get so close to it that you forget where it's funny,
And
you forget where it's moving.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
I can't watch it as a film exactly. You know,
Right.
it's more like, I don't know, watching a home video or something.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It was great. I'm so happy.
Now that the sort of the tough work for you was done, what are you going to do for the rest of TIFF? For the rest
I
of the
have to go
festival?
tomorrow.
Do
you
you?
hate it?
I do hate it that you
I know.
can't stay and watch the movies.
I never
yeah.
get to watch the movies.
Yeah, yeah.
But one day, mark my words, I'm going to come back and just
Totally.
film out.
Do you have any thoughts on the festival? Like,
All I know from my limited ability
Yeah.
to watch films here is that it's wonderful, and Torontonians seem to really embrace film and seem to really love it. It seems like the whole city is really energized.
It
It's
is.
really
It's
fun.
like, there's like a hum.
Yeah,
in
exactly.
The city. Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
a
yeah.
hive of
Yeah, yeah.
Canadian bees. Film bees.
Little film bees. God, thank you.
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
I'd like to get
I gave you something there. I gave you something.
No, we saw him. I can see him. He's